It's a different kind of fall, and if you like seeing colors that are non-traditional for fall, then I think you will enjoy my 2020 fall home tour. So grab yourself your favorite beverage, give yourself some time, sit back and enjoy. The most natural place to begin our home tour and for you to be our guest is in our kitchen. And this is a part of the home that you haven't seen for this fall. As I already said, I wanted you to see some parts of our home decorated for fall that you hadn't seen yet. Remember in the summer I told you I would fill this with pumpkins, and that's exactly what I did. And of course the champagne bucket is waiting for some icy cold white wine for Thanksgiving. I always like to have a cookbook on my counter, which of course everyone in my family thinks is hilarious because I don't cook. But Clodagh lives in Canada now, but she is an Irish cook, and I love watching her on Marilyn Dennis. So of course buying her cookbook was a given. And then over on this side, with the sign, family, faith, and friends, all of which still hold true in this pandemic, I have another little vignette filled with these peachy pink pumpkins and a couple of domes, and yes, a couple of bunnies hiding behind a pumpkin. Our table is all set for Thanksgiving. If you haven't watched the video on the tablescape, I will link all of the videos below. I'm not going to go through any detail except for to say that the truck is a big hit in our house. This was a truck that I never thought I would add to our home, and here we are, and we all just love it. I did not begin the decorating this fall in this kitchen window. Those of you who watch my channel, you know that I just adore decorating this window, and when we renovated the kitchen, it was all about what I would do in this window space. It's soft, it's feminine, it's filled with all of the different kind of fall colors that I wanted for this season. I just adore this woman. As Harold says, why doesn't she have a head? Which always makes me laugh. And all of the reasons to love fall. Because we can fall in love. We can remember that life is beautiful. And that our home is a loving place to be. Still really enjoy this vignette. Still really enjoy coming out every morning and seeing all of this beautiful color in our home. When our guests come in our home, this is the view they see from the front door. And so I always want the view from the front door to be pretty. They will see the coffee table. And again, there is a specific video on, if not each vignette, certainly on a number of them. The fireplace is such a pretty and happy place to look at. And we clearly all still need our better angels. And that's why they're there, taking a prominent spot on our fireplace mantle. It's filled with creams and golds and soft pinks and purples and plums, and it makes my heart glad every time I see it. And all of the guests who have walked through our front door gasp when they see it, because they tell me they absolutely adore it. Over on the side table, there's the blooming candlesticks that I made a couple of seasons ago, where once again I've just added some little birds and some little pumpkins in. Added more pumpkins beneath. And really, if this isn't a pumpkin patch, I don't know what is, because it's just laden with pumpkins and florals. And you know how much I enjoy those Pier 1 lanterns and decorating them for every season. Above on the armoire, you'll see, oh yes, I now have a pink truck. Isn't that funny? It's actually a cake plate that I have propped up. And doesn't that work beautifully on top of the armoire? Some more lanterns, lots of candles, more pumpkins, some of which are my DIYs, soft pinks, muted plums, lots of greenery, and lots of roses. Pretty, soft, feminine, exactly the vibe I was going for. And moving down to a side table again, the florals are pretty, the colors are consistent. Taken another pot of flowers I created for Valentine's Day and just added some pumpkins in to make them fit for the season. There's a combination of ceramic pumpkins in there, glass pumpkins, and a wooden pumpkin. And then over on this sofa table, this is where all the creams and the golds make their appearance, with little spots of plum and pink, just to make the gold and the cream pop a little bit more. I've already told you how much I love polka dots, and that allows the polka dots to shine. Over at another side table, I have this really pretty wagon that I always have those roses in, with a display of foliage for the season. And this year I've just added in a couple of plummy pumpkins to finish this look. Another quick peek at the coffee table. Lots of glitz, lots of soft romantic colors in here. Again, it was important that everything tied together beautifully so that all of the colors work together and make everything look cohesive and very, very soft and romantic in my different kind of fall scenario. And you know, of course, that I love iridescence. So all of the iridescent pumpkins on this table and the candle holders just work beautifully together. And the little sprigs with the pearls and the beads just dance along perfectly in this space. I always say that the best vantage point to both our kitchen and our living room is from the balcony overlooking the staircase. It's pretty. And there's really nothing better than at the end of the day, coming up here and taking a little peek. Now you've seen this wreath as an opening to most of my videos this fall. And I love the saying from the Dollar Tree, home is wherever we are together. Just took a regular spring wreath, painted some little pumpkins, and popped them inside. Our foyer is really pretty this year. I decided to take a myriad of pumpkins that I have collected for many years, run them up the stairway in the plums and the greens, and our grandchildren just think that all of those pumpkins are just glorious, and they make us laugh when they see them. And the coat stand and the bench by the front door, of course, has our masks. Why wouldn't they? In a different kind of fall. Some garland, and a 3-tiered pumpkin laden with more pumpkins. And lots of pumpkins peeking inside. A pretty tiered bow, lots of ribbon, and lots of fun. Thought I'd just give you another look at all of the florals adorning the banister. It makes it look festive and pretty and feminine, and ties in with the whole theme of it's a different kind of fall. Overlooking the living room, there's more banisters with the home wreaths, those hoop wreaths that I made a couple of years ago. They work for every single season. And with Thanksgiving fast approaching, I even had to decorate the powder room with a little bit of fall decor. Lots of soft pinks in this powder room with my peonies, because you know how I love my peonies. And there's my chandelier, my over-the-top light fixture for such a little powder room. Kept my normal decor on those shelves and just added in a couple of pumpkins for good measure. Pretty, fits the theme, and I love it. The dining room, of course, is just, as you know, one of my favorite places to decorate. Between the kitchen window and this room, it just makes my heart sing. So there's iridescence in here. Everything is pink and gold and cream. There's lots of sparkle. There's some regal touches on my Kate Spade runners. Oh, I adore this table. We maybe never eat at it, or at least not too often, but it always looks pretty. The china cabinet is just so laden again with some pumpkins in the creams and the soft pinks, more of a rosy pink, and the garland with some falling leaves. Pretty and girly. And there is one buffet table loaded with pumpkins and a pretty pink apple, a sparkly vase full of fall flowers, and the other one with my Christina Ray teapot and some teacups, more pumpkins, pretty plates, and more florals. There's a large 8-foot mirror in this room, and I just keep that wreath on it for most seasons, just because it fits the vibe of the room, even though it was made for fall. I just keep it because I love it. And there's my beautiful owl that our little Tenny loves, and the glass pumpkins with my Swarovski ornaments and a pumpkin for good measure. There's another look at the plates. They won't be there for Christmas. I've already thought of a different place for those to go. Now here's another area of the home that you haven't seen for the fall. I thought I would save this for the home tour. It's on top of our fireplace in our family room. Very simple. Just stays with the vibes of a different kind of fall. And a pumpkin patch with some corn and some pretty flowers. Over on what used to be the buffet in my kitchen, just added some soft greens and some golds with just a touch of pink in that vignette. On the coffee table, you've already seen this vignette. This is where I have the princess carriage. This is the princess carriage that captures our little Ayla's imagination. She loves all of the pumpkins, all of the pretty flowers, and she's absolutely intrigued with the crown. Pretty, girly, and meant to capture a child's imagination. Just another gold pumpkin on the side table, very simple. And the only traditional colors I used, because I thought that they actually worked better beside this chair within that wagon. And you've also seen this vignette for my Mad Hatter's tea party. That's all set up as our dessert table for Thanksgiving. Because we'll be celebrating my son-in-law's birthday. I think he's going to love it. And the pocket watch, some pretty table scatter, and there's Alice through the looking glass. That's a poster from Stratford, Ontario, when we went to see that production in 1994, I believe. Happy birthday, Daryl.
Harold and I certainly hope that you loved our home. It's a different kind of fall. And if you would be so kind as to subscribe, like, comment, and share this video with people who love decor as much as we do.